Dopamine is a chemical found naturally in the human body. It is a neurotransmitter, meaning it sends signals from the body to the brain. A neuron is a nerve cell that is the basic building block of the nervous system. Neurons are specialized to transmit information throughout the body. The blue ball that going to the other way is representing how dopamine usually works. It would be reacted by the nerve's ending part and help cell to transfer process, let body make movements. Due to the reward system from the brain which relate to dopamine, many people choose to get the good feeling from drug just like cocaine. The more cocaine that enter to the body, the more neurons would die. And after a long time accumulation, the whole brain would be affected seriously as well. Furthermore, detoxification is really hard because the body need plenty of time to recover and the reward system barely works in that time. So people still want cocaine in the body.
Forces act on a ball for it to roll down the board. The second Newton law states that if there's an unbalanced force acting on an object, it will accelerate. Meaning, if the forces acting on the ball are not the same, the ball won't have a constant velocity. In this diagram, there are two forces acting on the ball, and they are the normal force and the gravitational force. The normal force is the force acting upwards, and the gravitational force is the force acting downwards.
This system represents the way the neurons are affected by cocaine. The natural process of reuptake is blocked off by cocaine when it is in the human system that stops dopamine from re-entering the neuron. The blue and clear balls represent dopamine leaving the neuron. When the clear ball, which represents dopamine, gets blocked off from re-entering, it is the representation of cocaine blocking the reuptake of dopamine back to continue to its natural cycle. If this process continues, it has the potential of killing neurons. This breaks the connection between the neurons in the brain and results in slower decision making.
Addictive drugs such as cocaine are characterized by both rewarding effects and reinforcing effects on the nervous system. Under the action of cocaine, the discharge activity of dopamine neurons in VTA is enhanced, resulting in increased release of dopamine in NAC and other nuclei, and the brain is excited and happy through the reward circuit, which makes people addicted into the drug. The part I did is to demonstrate the effects of more dopamine enter the reward system that cause addiction. In my portion, I had a chemical reaction between base and acid to simulate the high of the brain caused as extra dopamine meets the reward system. The ball represents cocaine. The solution that shows purple with universal indicator is sodium hydroxide. The solution that shows pink is hydrochloric acid. And the solution that shows green is water and sodium chlorine, which are the substances produced after neutralization. The whole procedure is imitating the following. As the cocaine arrives at the brain, it stimulates more dopamine to go through the reward system. In this process, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid react together to produce sodium, chlorine, and water. The color that changes into the green of the whole solution after the reaction indicate that extra dopamine affects the reward system and turns the brain to a state of high.